So, there comes a time in everyone's life, that special time when you're about ready to get your driver's license, but
Actually, it's like a year and 8 months before you get your driver's license.
yeah, but that's the time period where it just sucks because you gotta take all those classes. Well, it's supposed to be a special time, but for us it sucked. Sucked. Because we had a crazy ass, creepy ass instructor. And we are not going to use his name, because if we did, he'd probably get sued. So we're not gonna.
Because we are nice people.
Yeah, so we're just venting to everyone on YouTube. Whatevs.
Even though nobody will ever watch this.
Yeah, whatevs. So, where do we want to start out for this guy? I'm thinking it's the Hun.
Yeah. Hey, Hun.
Hun?
How you doing, Hun?
Hun?
Do you want to go drive, Hun?
Attack of the Huns?
Hun, let's go. Hun.
Yeah, this guy was a freaking pedophile. He'd be like, hey, Hun, hey, little girl, Hun. No. Stop.
I'm not your Hun.
No.
You're like 50. I'm like 15. Back off.
He doesn't understand age difference and how it's not okay.
Justin Bieber haircut.
Yeah.
He's like a 50-year-old man with a Justin Bieber haircut.
It's a toupee. Like, if the wind would have blew, it would have gone right off. That's why I never rolled the windows down when we were driving.
Or the radio.
Yeah, the radio vibrations would have blown his toupee right off. Whatevs. Okay, so here's a little story about our driver's training instructor. One time we're going along, right? I'm driving, First time, he makes me pull over at a store, goes in, comes back with a whole thing of meat. And he just sits there and eats this meat out of this container as we're driving along. I don't know if he was trying to distract me. If he did, it fucking worked. Who eats meat out of a container while you're driving along the road?
At least it wasn't raw.
That wouldn't have surprised me either. I don't even know. And he's so fat, he don't need to be eating meat. No.
He smells weird.
Try some veggies. You go, because I'm just getting all worked up here.
Alright. So you're just sitting there, driving down the road, doing your own little thing, like...
Rocking it.
And then... Hun! You don't do it like this.
Yes.
You do it like this.
And he very intimately grabs your hands. And then, to make it even worse, you'll be driving along. He'll start stroking your leg. Gah! Jeez. And that's what you want to do, but then you crash. So you can't, because then you fail. And then your parents die. Yeah. Then your parents throw a bitch fit. But then they throw another bitch fit when they find out that your driver's training instructor is molesting you. So it's all a lose-lose situation.
I told him my dad was a bounty hunter.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Should have told him my dad was on the SWAT team. Oh, wait, I did. And he didn't care. Whatever. So, we're crossing off a list here because we had to name off all the effed up things that this guy did. Effed up.
Just effed up man.
Now, maybe we should talk about the marijuana cigarettes that he always liked to talk about.
And the poisons.
Yes, the poisons. He said that I was using the poisons, and very clearly I'm not. Do you see these eyes? Does it look like they're bloodshot? No.
Now don't use the poisons.
Yeah, he sent me to the back of the classroom.
Marijuana cigarettes.
Yep. And then he started talking about religion. I don't think that's legal. Don't think it's legal to be talking about. He started talking about religion, and he started talking about God, and then Allah. And there are two different branches, and I didn't understand what was going on and why we were learning about that in driver's training. Didn't get it. Over that. I don't know.
Now, who is Little Johnny?
Oh, my God.
You're just driving down the road, and he's like, oh, what if that would have been Little Johnny that you hit? Or you're doing this, and Little Johnny jumps out in front of the road. What do? Who is Little Johnny? Do I care?
No one cares. This is what you do. You'd be like, so let's say you're going wrong, and you don't even look when you're going to turn off to that four-way stop, and boom, you hit Little Johnny. No one cares about Little Johnny. Is there a boy named Little Johnny? If your name is Little Johnny with a little in front of it, you can write us, because we want to know, because otherwise we don't fucking care. Don't fucking care at all. But then he goes, Little Johnny, and then what was the girl's name? Little Julie or something like that.
That was Mary.
I thought so. I don't know. Who cares? No. Then, to top the creeper list right off, right, to wrap this all up, on the very first day, he asks one girl in every class that he has if they'd like to go to prom with him.
This is a 50-year-old man. He probably hasn't gone to prom in like 20 years, 30 years.
I wouldn't be surprised. He probably went last year because he was probably hitting on little girls.
He probably never went to prom. Who would go with him?
That's true. He was probably hitting on little girls, though, at some point. Not even joking. He came up and he's like, "Hey, little girl, do you want to go to prom with me?" Quote. He says, "Little girl." I don't know why you would ever use little girl in a sentence, because you might as well just offer her some candy so she'll go to prom with you, and then ask her if she'll help you find your dog.
Get in the van.
Get in the creeper van, because that's probably what he drives.
Get her done.
No, he drives a little student driver car. I think that's pretty creepy too.
So if you are ever in a redneck town and you see a driver's training car,
Run. Run away.
As fast as you can.
Unless, hun, you wanna die.